Good morning, everybody. Kyle Davis here, Integrity Financial Group. Thanks for joining us for our Monday morning chat. It is the last Monday of the first half of 2020. Can I get an amen? We're halfway through 2020. Anybody else feel good just hearing that? We've survived the first 6 months. How bad can the next 6 months be, right? If you had told me last year, this time, that 2020 was going to be like this, I probably would have told you you're watching too many shows on Netflix, but here we are. Here we are, right? The light is at the end of the tunnel. It is 6 months away, but we are going to make it. We're all in this together. I don't know about you, where you're at. I know most of you watching this, at least at this point in time, are in the Central Florida area. Orlando, at this point, has the required face mask thing going on, and hopefully by the time this video is released, because I have to record these a little in advance to submit for approval and such, hopefully by the time this comes out we will have good news, good results, and we'll be able to move forward. But I wanted to we're trying this again. I tried to make this video a while back, so I need to be a little more clear when I give this example, but I have a friend and client who couple years back told me about something that he and his wife were doing in regards to savings. And the idea was they were trying to develop a savings habit in an easy, I guess, an easy way so they wouldn't feel the pinch. It wouldn't hurt too much. And I said, okay, well, what are you doing? He said, all right, well, on the first week, in week 1, we're going to save $1 a piece. Husband and wife, $1 each on week 1. And in week 2, they're going to save $2. And in week 3, they're each going to save $3, and so on and so on and so forth. So at the end of that first 52 weeks, they will have gotten into the savings habit of saving $52 a week each. Now, I did the math on that, of course. He said, yeah, if you ever work the math on this, let me know what it looks like. So of course I did. I did the math on that. And you see that? If you add the numbers 1 through 52 up, you will have $1,378 in savings. We're not talking about investing or earning a return. We're just strictly talking about putting money into a zero interest savings account just to develop that savings habit. But here's the kicker. After that first year worth of saving, they've reached $52 a week. So now in year 2, they're going to start at $52 a week because it's a built-in savings habit already. They're not just going to reset it. They're just going to keep on. Once they hit $52 a week, they're going to keep doing $52 a week. And I think that's really cool because if you think about it, a good deal of American saving and retirement investing and things like that is done automatically through payroll deductions, through paycheck deductions. So you don't really get the full effect of seeing that money hit your bank account and then having to deliberately withdraw it to do your personal savings. We're spoiled by that. It's a good thing. Payroll deduction is a good thing, definitely. It makes it a non-issue. You don't even think about it, you can't touch it. But doesn't it feel different when you have to go into your account that you've already, paid tax and done everything on? You go into your bank account and deliberately write a check or do a transfer out of that bank account. It feels a little different than if it were an automatic deduction, right? So back to our example. I want to parlay that savings habit, $52 a week, all year long, each and every week. I want to parlay that savings idea into an investment example. I want to be very clear and deliberate about how I explain this. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea because the numbers are quite exact and we want to give full disclosure here. So if we started at $52 a week, you see that? And you did that for an entire year, you would have $2,704 at the end of that 52-week period. So this is starting year 2 in our example from starting with $1. This is starting with $52 on that first week. So 52 times 52 is the $2,704. So you could do a lot with the $2,704, right? You could definitely make that go a long way. I mean, you could save it, you could tackle debt, you could go on a vacation, a nice trip, or you could invest it. So let's look at an investment example with that in mind. So we're going to just round from 2,704 a year to just 2,700. So if hypothetically you took $2,700, see that? And you invested that if you invested that each year for 10 years, and you were able to earn a 7% compound annual gross interest return, at the end of 10 years, you would have $37,304. You see that? 37,304. Just by taking $2,700 per year and putting that into an investment and averaging 7% for 10 years. So what if you started at age 30 and you did that? Well, you'd be age 40 by the time you hit the 37,304 number, right? So from 30 to 40, you're doing the 2,700 a year at 7%. So by the time you're 40, you end up with that 37,304. Got it? So if you're sitting at age 40 with that 37,304 and you added not another dime to your account and you just sat on that and let it compound until you're 65, no joke, you would have $202,467 per person. So if a husband and wife both did that, they would have that amount each. So very specific. If you started at age 40 with that 37,304 and you were still able to average 7%, at age 65, you will have $202,000 and change per person. And this is just by developing a savings habit of starting with $1. And then once you've established that savings habit, parlaying that into your investments. I'm not saying you're starting with a dollar of investment and then getting to that number at the end, the 202 and change. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you're starting with $1 savings habit, building up that discipline. And then once you've built that discipline, parlaying that into a brand new investment habit. The math checks out. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. And the impetus for all that started with just $1. And I think that's pretty neat. Feel free to rewind, pause the video. Feel free to ask me about the math if you'd like. But I triple checked this and it checks out. Pretty neat, huh? So I think that's encouraging. Even starting out with just $1 and deliberately starting a savings habit, you can transition that into something that's, I think, pretty impressive. Because nobody just, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but generally people don't just invest from age 30 to age 40, $2,700 a year and then stop. I mean, people don't typically do that, usually. But if you did, being able to achieve that kind of result, I think that's pretty encouraging. Generally, folks will continue on their investment habits, their savings habits, and end up, I think, with a much better picture. But everything comes down to the individual and what they do. If you want to know how this all plays out and maps out for you, possibly in your own personal situation, feel free to give us a call. Or visit us online at financialservicesamerica.com. You can get in touch with me straight from there. You can send a contact form through our website. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Happy July. Happy 4th of July coming up this weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.